Wowie. I am doing a thing. Where's my thing? Here is my thing. I, uh, fun fact, um, I was looking at, don't look at these, don't look at these. Um, I was looking at my old, like, fanfics, and, like, it's literally the worst thing ever. All of these last modified August 2015, September 2014, October 2016. Now, some of these are more recent because, I still haven't gotten out of this. But, like, I got some pretty bad fan fictions, and I was just looking at a certain one where, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Um, I mean, like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So, basically, what we're looking at is an aftermath of Thor: The Dark World. I should go with that saying. Um, so basically, there was some crisis in Asgard, and this is assuming that at the end of Dark World, Thor didn't leave, and also Loki didn't turn into Odin. Yeah. So, last edit, June 27th, 2014. I was 15 years old, and I thought I was hot shit. I'm a good writer, but wasn't good, you know, uh, at realizing, I don't know, how much angst is too much. Anyways, so like, oh yeah, in this AU, Loki went back to Jotunheim and like took his place as the rightful ruler of Jotunheim, except no one knew it was actually Loki. It was just some guy. Yeah, so it was like really he was a Loki's little bitch. I don't know how to talk when I'm not looking at myself. It's really weird. Oh, just this this shit is so angsty. Oh, that's right. He wasn't king of Asgard, was he? I met him, you know. He wasn't of Asgard, was he? He fell into our realm after the Bifrost was destroyed. I knew what he had done, yet I let him go. If the fates decided to punish him, I would not interfere. But instead of righting himself, he went on and nearly burned another realm to the ground in his mad scramble for power. He served his time for that, but he escaped. I needed his help, and because he helped you, he ended up dead. Thor blinked, his eyes stinging from unshed tears. I did not intend. He didn't die on that barren realm, you know. Oh, by the way, like, this is, I really loved doing Loki's voice, even though I don't have a voice rich with testosterone. I can't get very, uh, that Tom Hiddleston perfection. I can't do it. But, but still, it's really fun. That's one of the reasons I was drawn to Loki, because the voice is so identifiable. Anyways, he didn't die in that barren realm, you know. Thor's brow furrowed as the Jotun continued. He somehow made his way here. He begged for our help to get his revenge, but this time we did not listen. Jotun's eyes hardened. He died, sniveling, on his knees, begging for mercy. You lie, Thor burst out. I can't do this. My brother was many things, but he was not a coward. So much loyalty to a man who wasn't your true brother. Oh, this is just so much. Laufey had no son. Perhaps you're not as smart as I thought. Dear brother. What? I'm a what? Anyways, this is a lot to take in. That Loki is nothing now. I'm Loki of Jotunheim, at your service. He truly dead. No, he's changed. I don't know. Oh yeah, this was back when I had this headcanon that like the Tesseract had Uh, we all know that Loki was brainwashed during the events of Avengers, like the first Avengers. Um, but I was like had this headcanon that like the Tesseract was making him go crazy. I guess that was back when I didn't understand the difference between the Tesseract and his staff, which had the uh Space Stone and Mind Stone respectively, right? So I was just assumed because they're the same color. Like, what the fuck is the Tesseract doing if it's blue, but it's actually the stone's not blue? It really it was really confusing. Anyways, all that to say, I had this idea that the Tesseract was some sort of like it manifested in his brain and like lodged in there, and like he has this sort of Jekyll and Hyde thing going on. But the darker side, the part that's not really him but kind of is him, uh finally took over because he was jealous that Loki was getting all of Thor's attention and other shit. Uh when when you grant mm, when granted. I can't edit this because then it'll change this, and I want to keep this as a sort of timestamp of my terrible mistakes. Anyways, uh, when granted real power, what did you do? You tried to get rid of it. No, you took over my mind. You're nothing more than the Tesseract clinging to my memories. For an inanimate object, I've done a fairly good job of getting rid of you. You've never gotten rid of me. No, I haven't. Yet. But you're fading. I can feel it. Oh shit. I won't give up so easily. That's the only reason you're still around today. You've been fighting for years. But now, I have you. You're no better than dead. The voice was silent. Loki lay back down. Why don't you just go ahead and die already? Because I have a reason to live. Oh shit. Then I had like I was into a lot of um my brain doesn't let me. I'm sorry, the mouse is going everywhere because my I think I might have ADHD. I haven't been tested. But like there's weird tick things that like my fingertips get really uh sensitive. It might be, do I have OCD? I have OCD tendencies, like certain things. But like when my finger's on a touchpad like this, I have to keep moving it back and forth so that it evenly, like the pads of my fingers are pushed in the same direction or in both directions, with like equal amount of pressure or whatever. It's really weird. So I'm constantly doing this on the touchpad. I also do that on my phone when I'm watching a video or something. I have to, clear it up. Anyways, when I was younger and still now, which is still a major flaw of mine, I did not outline anything. I thought to myself, oh, well, I'm going to write this down very soon. So I don't need to figure out like what I'm going to do next because I'll remember. And then sometimes I wrote something down and I'm like, no, I hate it. And so I went back and did a, like a, oh, I'll try not to do the mouse thing again. I'm sorry. Uh, I went back and did like a redux or rewrite. Anyways, that was interesting. I have other stuff in this specific. Oh, okay. So, so, oh God, oh God, I don't know which is worse. I don't know which is worse. Okay, so back in the day when you oh God, uh, there was a fan fiction that I fell in love with, because it was super gory and super angsty, and it was I think it was a de-aging fic with Loki at the end of Avengers, and like taken back to um he was taken back to um Asgard. What am I thinking? He was taken back to Asgard, and then he de-aged. Like the fates were giving him a second chance at life or whatever. Except he's like 5 years old, and he can't really do anything. But Odin still wants to punish him for all the things he did, and the rest of Asgard does too, because he's a pretty terrible person. So they send him to a dungeon, and he gets like straight up like, tortured for, like, months on end, and it's really terrible, and the first, like, 5 to 7 chapters is just torture and angst, and then they finally, like, break out, and Thor realizes what's going on, and he's like, "No, I have to save him," and so, go on. Anyways, all that to say, I fell in love with it, and it was called, One Step Forward, Four Steps Back. I um, go away. Um, I'm using my aunt's computer. Um If you couldn't see the notification, like, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyways, and then I had a how it should have ended because I'm like, well, that one's really good, but I like my idea of what should have happened better. So I wrote a bunch of, oh, yeah, but wrote a bunch of stuff. Anyways, I also thought that I was gonna be a movie reviewer some at one point, which I was 15 and still thought that lol randoms was just the greatest thing ever. Uh, Alonzi. I also wasn't allowed to curse back then. Yeah, I didn't know what curse words were until like my little sister was building something and she accidentally said shit. And I repeated it. My dad was like, "No, no, 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 don't say that." Like, why? I was like 14. Why? Why can't I say it? It's not even a real word. It's like, yes, it is. It's a very bad word. Don't say that. It's like, okay, whatever. Anyways, so I wanted, after I saw, God, the mouse. Okay, after I saw A Dark World, I was thinking, wow, this ending with Loki was so crazy. I want to write about it. But if I'm going to do a review, then I should probably write about the whole thing. And so I wrote this, and then I was just like, I don't want to do this right now. So I came back like an hour later, and I was like, fuck it. You know what? You're not here to get a rundown of the entire movie. You're here to see my opinion on, spoiler alert, like I said in the beginning, Loki's death scene. Gee, that was major spoiler. Why you don't warn me? I did. Oh, okay. I hate it. The fact that Loki died, the fact that we thought that was the actual death of Loki. I thought it was for a hot minute. At the end, I was like, "Oh, oh, shit." Oh my god. Dang, dude. You got just got ultimate Loki. Do you guys remember the Loki meme? It was so good. Anyways, I think I'm done with that one. Um, I think this is a shortened version of the title that I said, It's a Wonderful Life gets Loki'd, where the idea was that Loki is just chilling with the Avengers, and the Avengers are like, God, he's like really evil and we don't want to work with him anymore. He's like useless. Why is he even here? Like, we don't like him. And Loki's like, stop, I'm sensitive. I care about what people think. And Thor's like, leave him alone, guys. But it's too late. And Loki runs off and he goes and uses a spell that uh everyone thinks he was trying to kill himself, which he wasn't, but he gets transported into a world where he never existed. Or, more accurately, Odin actually left him to die in the, as a baby. And so, it was very angst. It was very terrible. If we will load July 17th, 2014. So, like, literally right around that same time. I'm just saying, none of that would have happened if you hadn't. And I said, I'm truly sorry for what I did. That doesn't make a difference. Why did you think bringing him was a good idea, Thor? Okay, this one, like, I actually was good at, like, reading characters. I was good at reading characters back then. Like, some, uh, Actually, I just thought I was hot shit because I was like, Bruce Banner and Clint Barton would be the ones that didn't trust Loki the most because Bruce thought he was going to turn into the Hulk, and Clint was the one who got brainwashed and mind controlled by him. So they're like, none of us trust him. He's my brother, and I trust him. Steve. Oh, this was during the point in my life when I was sometimes put the tag of one character at the end of the dialogue of another character, and it was very distracting to read. God, it was awful. Thor's right. I might not always agree with him, but he's right. We should give Loki the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he's unarmed at the moment. If he does turn on us, a very small if, then we could take him down easily. If we just shun him, who knows what might happen. At the very least, we could lose a valuable ally. Did I predict Endgame? Like the very opposite of Endgame? If he does turn on us, very small if, we could take him down easily. Thank you, Captain Rogers. Don't mention it. Yeah, let's trust Loki. The dude who blew up New York and killed thousands of people. And might I add, tried to kill you too, Thunderlord. As previously stated, my brother regrets his past mistakes. It was just god damn. This is awful. This is awful. Well, Hammer Bro. Whoa, I've made a retro gaming reference in ages. Jarvis remind me to do that more often. Oh my god. This is insanity. Hold on. I need to let me see if I can I hope this is recording everything. Yeah, the microphone's good. Let me see. I just wanted to real quick change. Okay, well, I can't change the title then. It's okay. What there we go. Okay, Loki, please, what's the big deal? It's just a library. What could he do in there? Well, I don't think he went in there to read the genetics of an Odinson's dandruff, Tony said. Only slightly more out of breath than the rest. He didn't usually run, like, anywhere. Oh my god. Calling him out. The book's in the library. Loki's a magician, right? A master of magic. If you ran into the library, he must be finding a spell that's too difficult for him to remember. I guess I was trying to. I should have said that was too difficult. That was too complicated for uh him to have off the top of his head or have memorized or something. So what? I think blowing us up will solve his insecurity issues. He won't necessarily use a spell that'll hurt us. And that's another thing. Bruce was the first one to say he could actually be like trying to kill himself in there, which like tea, but also like Bruce, are you okay? That's the first thing your mind goes to. To be fair, that's the first thing my mind went to. So, Loki, you don't have to do this. No, no, no. He's sleeping. He's just sleeping. You sure you don't mean unconscious? I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. Subconscious, not un. God, you see, I put the tag right here, the other character's tag at the end of Thor's dialogue. Ugh, that green gunk. Enduring a fate even his friends would agree was the most terrible of all. Oh no, oh no, the baby died. Ah, shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Something wasn't right. He realized it wasn't a sensation. He was shivering uncontrollably, his teeth chattering. He gasped for air, the freezing oxygen burning his lungs. I'm dying, he thought, but why? Oh, the babe in the snow, the war-torn warrior. It was him, little defenseless baby Loki left to die by his father, and not taken in by Odin. He had wanted to change his history. He had succeeded. Oh my god. You want Thor to backhand your face off? This is his brother we're talking about. This is so cute. This is your fault to begin with, Stark. Tony raised an eyebrow. My fault. Oh, and then it escalates to the point where Loki's like having an existential crisis about not existing in a world, and he realizes it's like really terrible. So he's like, well, I gotta fucking get out of here. I don't know how to do that, so I'm just gonna try and die and hope for the best. But for some reason, he figured, like the dramatic little shit that he is, that the best way to do that would be public execution. So he attempts to kill Thor, who's still in his, brat phase. He tries to kill Thor and hires a guard to like wound him with an arrow while he's trying to kill Thor so that he can get arrested and then executed. God. But then Frigga, I love her. She she like oh god. Oh god. So Heimdall saw who Loki was. Obviously, he's like a badass. He's like, "Oh, I know who you are." Except he didn't tell Loki until like right here. Oh, oh, he gets beheaded. Fuck, you've done your part, old friend. Now let me do mine. And then it ends, and I don't know what happened after that. Oof, big oof. The laptop is dying. Let me grab the cord real quick. Oh wow. Okay. I had it unplugged because it was. I don't know why I unplugged it. It was literally like the cord's long enough to reach me from over here. Oh. If I have to have a sugar daddy to survive, at least put a little effort into it. That's an AU from 2 months ago, which I never finished. Big surprise. Uh, oh, I searched Loki. I think I already pointed that out. But I was just looking at all the Loki stuff. And this one was obviously Loki being a little shit. During Ragnarok, there was a thing. This one I published to AO3, and this one I published to AO3 under different names though. Oh, don't do it. Oh my god. Is actually the subtlety is key, I think, and then don't hug Loki please, sensory overload is a bitch, is Terror Before the Storm. Anyways, Loki's Return. Now that's especially mythical. That's where I originally got the idea from. Where the fuck is it? The Dark World AU Plus meeting. Jackie, no pressure or anything though. Because I've redone and redone and redone this AU so many fucking times. Now I'm combining two AUs that I've redone and redone so many fucking times. Jackie Bateman was a OC. I have too many OCs. Uh, but then the idea for this, the whole, I'm not gonna go into it because I published it on AO3. Like, look it up. Like, actually don't because like, actually do. My stories are great. Just don't let my fucking employers find it. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You're gonna have to find it yourself. The basis for the Loki faking his death was a specific way of like uh, uh what's it called? Using his Jotun magic to completely stop or freeze, quote unquote, although literally too, all of his bodily functions to make it appear that he was dead, and then he could just, wake up once everyone was gone and then just walk away. That was originated in Loki's Return, which, was a great story. It was really angsty. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's a little bit different from my other stories. I'm always the one. First, it's my first Avengers stick. Woohoo! I've been obsessing over it lately, so you know what we writers do when that happens. Wink. Quick, hide your favorite characters. I hate myself. 2013. I was 14. Yeah. Okay. Yuck. I wrote I wrote this, and then I decided I'm bored. I want to skip to the juicy stuff. And so I hate myself. I hate myself. Oh, I hate myself. Oh God. Oh God, the angst. Because I'm your brother. I've always cared about you and always will. Why do you think I came in here and offered you a way out? I'm not your brother. Loki's like, no, I don't want your pity last meal. And Thor's like, oh, what the fuck? I'm trying to be nice. You're gonna die tomorrow. Anyways, satisfied. No, but I suppose that will ease my conscience. Oh, one question. Yes. Is Mummy going to be there? No, she couldn't bear to watch. She will stay inside. What you want? You'll be there, standing at Father's right hand as he carries out the sentence, won't you? He stopped, his voice husky. Yes. Loki chuckled, knowing he had hit a weak spot. I don't think Odin will go through with it. He's too much of a coward. Thor blinked, fighting back tears. You know he will. He walked out. And you know it will break his heart. Ah, yes, that's the part I'm looking forward to, he said as the door swung shut. Farewell, dear brother. It, I never finished it. I redid that part like 3 times. I had 2 endings for it that I considered. One was where he came back to Asgard exactly a year later and found out that like they had built a statue in his honor and like a temple, or not a temple, but like you know, uh, a pretty pavilion with like a big fancy mausoleum sort of thing, but like it was open to the sky, but it had like really cool like decorations all over it, and it was like his adventures. He had his staff in the middle, and it was just like a shrine, and Loki was just like, they really did care about me. But then his I think his body was overloaded with the fact that he had been pretending to be uh, an Asgardian his whole life with like his magic, but he was using his Jotun magic so often that his biology was getting very confused, which I don't understand because like it was his Asgardian form is an illusion to begin with, but go off, I guess. And so he like ends up like nearly dead, and he's like having a fever, and Thor's taking care of him, and it's really sweet. And then like people who hate him, namely Sif. I don't know why I hated Sif so much. Like, she is cool. Anyway, she like snuck in at night and like Loki's like in his bed, like unable to move. And he's like, Thor, what does the sunset look like? Describe it to me. And Thor's like, it's very beautiful, Loki. And it's like, great. I can die happy now. And Sif comes in and she's like, I'm gonna stab you now. And Thor's like, no. And Loki's like, oh, it's too late. I'm already dead. Good luck stabbing me now, loser. It was a lot. The other option was to have him escape to Midgard and live out his life as a normal human person with a girlfriend. Although honestly, he could have had a boyfriend, but I wasn't aware that gay people existed until I was 16 years old. uh, but go off, I guess. Anyways, just making sure. Okay. Oh, Miles up. I don't need to be looking at this. Okay. What else do I have? Worst sentence ever. Oh, this is the bane of my existence. This was the very first fanfiction on fanfiction.net of mine that got so much attention, and I only published the one chapter and then never finished it. The idea was that well, let's just click on it. Oh, this is back in the day when I wrote my author's notes at the beginning in the original document. In Yeah, in the original document. Oh my god, so I wouldn't have to put it into the box in fanfiction.net. Anyways, the idea was that see the character tags are at the end of the other character's dialogue. Anyways, so yeah, Shield decided that the best way to punish Loki would be to force him to watch Disney movies until he cried, and then they'd be convinced that he was a changed man, and they'd let him go free. Like, what the fuck? But like, so many people followed that. Like, so many people. Literally, if you can humanize yourself and turn into a bawling baby, you're free to go. What movies will I be forced to watch? Fury pause for effect. Disney movies. This video is very you cover. You can suggest animated Disney movies for me to force Loki to watch in the reviews. I'll choose the most suggested or the one I think will be best. Record this reaction for your enjoyment. Oh, for your angstment. Dang it, I love me some Disney. Loki, what do you think? I hate this stupid plan already. Okay then, go and review. Do it now! I hate myself. Oh, that was back in the day when people had conversations with the characters that they were writing for in the author's notes at the end of the chapter. Like, I'm really sorry I put you through that. He's like, and then the character like pulls out something stupid like an air horn or a can of bug spray and sprays it at the author, and the author's like, "Wow, why are you doing this to me?" Yeah, it was awful. Oh no. Oh yeah, Loki wanted. Yeah, I wanted to watch Tangled. Oh, shout out to Obsessive Girl. She was the first reviewer within like the first 2 hours of it being published. It's been 5 years, and I haven't even published this. To- Tony's singing along with the Disney logo. Loki is sporting a lovely hug yourself jacket. Mm. Oh, Tony's the one that chews popcorn with his mouth open. And he has a modified lazy boy. Guys, remember Clint Tasha? Remember Clint Tasha before Age of Ultron took a big fat shit all over it? Oh, oh. Anyway. Um, oh my god, the other crossovers. See, I had like crack crossovers featuring random fandom, which is my way of saying literally anything could go in here. Because I used to have just one document for everything I wrote in a certain fandom, which is a bad way to do it because then I'll be looking for something and I'm like, I don't know what it's called, and I don't know how far in this document I need to go, and blah 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 blah. Blah. But I had crack crossovers featuring random fandom where I think one of them uh I don't know, Doctor Who and Black Butler maybe. It doesn't matter because I crossed this over with oh, there were a lot of like really angsty. Oh my god, this is the one. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So my canon for Doctor Who was that it was going to end with the 24th Doctor and it would be and she would be female. And that would be like, oh, so crazy. Little did I know the 13th Doctor would be a girl and she beautiful and I love her anyways. Uh, and then I kind of had her go kind of crazy because she was on a uh it's bigger on the inside. No, she was on a sort of insane uh like mission to go around to all of these different universes where all these stories take place and save all the characters who were going to kill themselves, which probably had something to do with the fact that she's literally so old and she just can't stand to see people hurting themselves anymore. So she saves Javert. I think she saves uh you kill yourself, Valjean, the Dalek. People like me. Ever since I got stuck here, I've been saving people like you, helping them, changing their fates. But if we're characters from books in your world, will that change the stories? You hadn't even thought about that. Well, no. I mean, it shouldn't. No, of course it won't. So others like me. Okay, Loki and Max. So Loki, obviously, she saved him right before he like fell and at the end of the first Thor movie. And then Max, who is a really random character from Supernatural, like the first season. I think he was one of the first like telepaths like Sam that they met when he was still getting those splitting headaches. You guys remember when Sam got headaches? Like that was crazy, right? And then he just like he just died and comes back and suddenly like, oh, no, I took some Tylenol. I'm fine now. I don't get headaches and I can't move shit with my mind anymore. It's fine. I'm normal now. What the fuck? I don't know what happened. Anyways, yeah. So Max, you know nothing of Javert. Inside a jail. Okay. It wasn't so hard, was it? Oh, yeah, and then I had a crossover with Welcome to Night Vale and Supernatural, which oh, that was back when I didn't know how to spell my own OC's name. That was fun. Uh oh, I published this on my old uh fanfiction.net account, which is a crossover between Once Upon a Time and Thor, where Rumpelstiltskin meets Loki at the end of The Dark World. And he's like, I want to make a deal. I want to kill my father, but I don't want to hurt Thor's feelings. And so Rumpelstiltskin's like, well, I can take your heart, then you won't kill if you won't care if you hurt your brother's feelings if you kill your dad. Because you want to kill your dad, right? He's like, yeah, I really want to kill my dad. I just don't want to make Thor sad. He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll just take your heart. And he's like, oh shit, like, thanks, fam. He's like, yeah, you'll just owe me a favor. I'm like, okay. And I had an idea for what the favor would be that he owed him, but I never panned that out. Here's the motherfucking tea. Anyway, Super Who Avenged Lock. Guys, do you remember the awful years of Tumblr? 2013, man, that's where it's at. Okay, so I had a crossover between, you know, Supernatural, Doctor Who, Adventures, and Sherlock. And they all went to uh look, oh shit. Oh, this is actually like I did really like how I set this up where I switched between the four uh fandoms and then had them all lead up to the same like answer to the question. See, like it's poetic. Like, Sam, I've got something. What is it, Dean? Hey, those are signs of exactly. So where is this? Trickster. They were gonna say trickster because Gabriel was Loki, but it was pretending to be a trickster, but he's actually an angel. And it was never explained if Gabriel actually was Loki, or if he had taken Loki's identity, or if he had created the character of Loki. It was all very confusing. And now he's dead, so we can't ask him. Anyways, whoa! Oh, my OC Riley. She was in everything. Her name is spelled like Riylie because she's quirky. Oh my god. Doctor, you ever gonna put buffers on that old thing? Why'd I do that, Riley? So we don't die every time we land. Sorry. Huge fluctuation of power in the 21st century. Where's it coming from? Uh, Look, I know you don't want to hear ones coming from the States. They're ridiculous. Just listen. No, John, you read the email out loud, so I can avoid saying what it actually is. Well, where's that from? What? Are you serious? He rolled his eyes, pulling his scarf from the rack and tying it about his neck. Do I look like I'm joking? Come on, where is it? What do you mean he's escaped? Tony Stark yelled. He escaped? What kind of security do you even have up there? Hey, Natasha cut in. We took him out once. We could do it again. We had to have Bruce Hulk out at least twice, Clint added, trying to avoid death glare from the red-headed assassin. Bruce nodded. I would rather not do that again. He's not as powerful now, Steve reminded them. The captain is right, Thor confirmed. He has lost much power and is weak from being in captivity for so long. So, if we can take him out, we can take him out. If we have the right plan. All right, so where is he? In Oklahoma. 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 We're heading south, Sammy. And then, like, Loki's here. And Sam and Dean uh, met him first, which is great. Who are you, really? Loki of Asgard, at your service. Also, those won't do you any good. I know, which is why we brought this! He pulled a stake from behind his back and threw it at the man's exposed chest. The man caught it in midair, clicking his tongue. Tisk, tisk. You'll have to be faster than that to kill me. He tossed it behind him and waved his hand. Table with 3 chairs appeared. Let's talk about this like civilized beings, shall we? He gestured for them to sit. I don't trust him, Sam muttered. Neither do I, Dean replied, taking a seat. Let's do this. I did really like how I characterized Dean in very, very small sections of so many supernatural fan fictions. I was good at it sometimes. Can't explain why you want to kill me. You're a trickster, which means what? Well, according to the things the other asshole like you we met did, you like dealing out justice to cocky jerks. We don't take kindly to murderers. Said the murderers. Loki smiled. You know better than I am. He looked them up and down. I've heard of you. The famous Sam and Dean Winchester. The man who sold his soul. The boy with demon blood. Yes, I know about that. Thought it might strike a nerve. We're here to kill you. Simple as that. I came out to have a good time and I'm honestly feeling so attacked right now. He leaned forward. Do you have any idea how long it took me to break out of my cell? I just wanted to be free from my idiot brother and his poor excuse at ruling the realm. That and my father, but that's another story. Your father, Odin, and he's not my father, not my real one anyways. Well, where's your real father? Dead. I killed him myself. King of the Frost Giants, such an inflated ego. Not to mention he could only see what he wanted. Tunnel vision, as it were. I, however, looked at the big picture. That's why I was imprisoned, young Samuel. I wanted my birthright, to rule as king. Thor didn't want it, so why couldn't I have it? Rubbish. Which, tea. Speaking of, I'm very thirsty. Thirsty for Loki, yo! I was, at age 15, very thirsty for Loki. That was one of my original characters from when I tried to write an original story for a one-year adventure novel, and it didn't work out. Because my first idea flopped. So I'm like, okay, I can just take this idea I had for a, Legend of Zelda AU and just change the names. And then come up with names for different names for everything, but still have the exact same, like, I had the 6 sages, I had all the places that were in Ocarina of Time, just change the names. The main character was Link. The main character was Link. And the other main character was anyway. It was I suck at writing original stories anyways. So when I did my literature stuff, whatever. Oh god. Okay, so this is my diary. Because I'm so original and quirky and I haven't written in it in like a month, but don't at me. It's been over a month. It's been almost 2 months. Don't at me. Don't at me. Random quotes. Now, this is a trip. You see, back in the day, when I was using my dad's old laptop, I started a file that was called Random Quotes. And it was like the really old, like Windows 7 version of a notepad, I think. And I just put down quotes of random things and that was funny to me for some reason. And you can see how my humor and my fandoms evolved through the years. It's so many fucking pages. I think it's almost 40 pages, just like this. And I didn't know what I was gonna do. Okay, by the way, did anyone read The Stinky Cheese Man? Can anyone tell me what is supposed to go right here? Because I put something way back in the day. Well, I said it was 7 days ago. I've been exposed. Um, God, yeah. Anyways, I don't remember what was in here. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Anyways, there's so much fucking shit. Hey, you guys remember Annoying Orange? When they did a Hunger Games parody? Oh, I was so into how it should have ended on Okami back then. No, just me. Rather kids fight to the death? Okay, just thought I'd ask. I foresee a rendezvous with a sweet little thing. I foresee a long and big thrill. Mood. I foresee a doggone difficult quest. The name's soon, by the way. It only looks like I'm staring at your melon. Mood. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Peanut Butter Gamer. Chugga. What do you mean I did badly on time and damage equally? What do you mean I don't work well with others? Apples. Rubbish. I hate apples. Oh, did anybody watch the Lord of the Rings parody? The Lord of the Rings episode of VeggieTales, the Lord of the Beans. That was such a good. Wowie, that was so good. Fearless Ranger, Iricorn. Oops, you have my sword, sharpshooting elf, Legolam. You have my bow, and gruff but lovable dwarf, Grumpy. Oi, can we have parked any further away? Oh yeah, you have my axe. Not that it'll do any good. Who are you? Oh, he's my brother. He didn't have anything going on this week, so he came with me. What does he do? He's pretty good in the kitchen. And the other elf. Am I Ginger? What is not simply pop in on the Earth King? Does everyone oh my god. Food battle, yo. You guy? Oh yeah, I watched Tokyo Mew Mew for a hot minute. Which can only mean it's a lot harder than it looks. Oh yeah, the Sherlock Holmes episode of VeggieTales. Sheer luck. I'm thinking of a headless bandit who has an irrational fear of pillows. Why headless? If you don't have a head, you wouldn't need a pillow. Come on now, let's be rational. Logical. There's never not nothing, no, nothing just happened because if there was ever something, brother, it would be not. Does anyone remember? Oh God. I'm gonna say a bad word. Yeah, not a great plan. So this is approximately 2013, 14, 13 is when I actually saw Avengers. It was like a year after it came out, and I finally caught up, and I was like, I love Loki. Humanity. Okay, 2013, when San Diego Comic-Con 2013, the Thor the Dark World trailer was about to be revealed. The lights go out, and suddenly a voice on this, a voice. Humanity. Look how far you've fallen. And then the lights came on, and fucking Loki was on stage in all of his glory, and everyone screamed. That was the best trailer, uh, like reveal ever. Marvel will never top themselves. Loki's takeover of uh SDCC was the greatest thing. And then right after that, there was the whole Nerd HQ with Zachary Levi, and he did an interview with Tom Hiddleston. That was the greatest thing ever. And he rambled on for like 10 minutes about his favorite Shakespeare quote. But it was actually more than that. And he's like, I'm sorry, I don't think I answered the question. And she's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Hmm. Where was I? Oh, that was when I started watching PewDiePie. I watched To the Moon. Actually, the first PewDiePie video I ever watched was his Ebe Let's Play. Anyways, I didn't know who he was, and he had a very vulgar mouth. I did not like his bad words, but it was also intriguing because I was being bad by watching it. Ooh. Hey, did you guys listen to like Time Lord Rock? Like the Chameleon Circuit was a great band. I've got a Sonic. Oh, never mind. Sonic what? Screwdriver. who looks at a screwdriver and thinks, "Ooh, this could be a bit more Sonic." What? You never been bored? A sonic screwdriver. I love my sonic screwdriver. Gets distracted. Oh well. What were you saying? Don't let me eat pears. I hate pears. John Smith's the character I made up, but he won't know that. He'll think he's me, and he might do something stupid like eat a pear. I don't want to wake up in 3 months. I can't get David Tennant's voice down. I can't. I have that taste in my mouth. Mm. And 6. Now I have to talk for a roundabout minute without hesitation, deviation, or whatever the other one was. Now I'm going to say a bunch of nonsense words that are somewhere along the lines of bingle bongle dingle dangle, yickety doo, yickety da, ping pong, lippy toppy toota. And 9. Martha, if anything happens. Dear Jim, can you hear the drum? No, you won't. Oh no. Oh, that's when I got into Vocaloid. Okay, no told. Okay, no told. Oh, yeah, I remember it now. And then that's when I saw the Avengers. Seemed to be running out some. Oh, I saw the Avengers, but like you know, that's when I started watching Invader Zim, obviously. Adventures in Odyssey. Oh, I wasn't allowed to say hell back in the day when I watched Black Butler, and it was so. Aw. Aw, South No Story was such a good song. Y'all should go listen to it, South North Story. Although, actually, go listen to Judgment of Corruption by Mothi. It's so good. Anyways, yeah, can hear the drums skipping down. I want to be a Starship Ranger. Oh, this was about a year ago. Oh, guys, remember when Mania came out? Remember when the music video for Wilson Expensive Mistakes came out? Guys, remember Undertale the musical? Oh, and that's when I started listening to Heathers. That's the shortest fan fiction ever written by my brother. Sorry, Peter. I'm on vocal rest. It is implying what you think it is. I like sparkling water. Oh yeah, when I was into the Fall Out Boy incorrect quotes. Sparkling water. No offense, Pete. It's a little gritty. Oh, that's the sparkles. The what? The what? The what? I couldn't say fuck even then I was so scared of my parents finding this. Oh well. You manipulative pervert. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. I think I skipped my Rick and Morty obsession. It's somewhere up here. It's like right here. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Damn. That was so sad. I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with this. Fuck you. God, is it real? Haha. Oh, that was a dark time in my life. I've started watching Rick and Morty again recently, but I've come to it with a much more open mind. Open mind meaning I'm not going to obsess over this and make playlists and write fan fictions. Yeah. You are armpit thing, you dirty, dirty man. Oh. Oh, that was when I finished up Torchwood. And then cried so hard. And then I rewatched Ragnarok for the 50th time. I'm just really into Hamilton, you guys. I'm really into Hamilton. Oh no, I rewatched Sherlock. My sister came up with something. Um, it was an actual like song. It was crazy. That's the tea. Except I am a witch. Thank you very much. I haven't read this fanfic. I keep seeing Kanchen's like, I've updated, new chapter, like chapter 12. And I'm like, This looks adorable, but I don't have time to catch up. Except I do have time. I'm just a lazy piece of shit who also might have ADHD. As soon as I get my like medical information, I'm gonna go see a fucking doctor because like it's gonna be important to know if I have it. Yeah. Anyways, that's the only line I can remember, but I've seen the description of that fic so many times. Excuse me, every time it pops up in my email. I'm a producer, dipshit. And actually, I'm a stag. Pete shut his mouth at that. And then, because I fucking watch Clockwork Orange, and I'm like so edgy. I'm so edgy. Okay. Actually, we need to add another thing to this real quick. What shall we add? Just a typical actually sound. I Yeah, yeah. I don't remember the exact quote, but it's inspirational. I love Percy Jackson with all my heart and soul. Anyways, this has been going on for like a real fucking long time. How long, you may ask? A real fucking long time. Da 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 da. Let me see. Hmm. Anyways, what else can I look up? Hold on to it. Oh my god. Okay, so oh my god. So back in 2014, I had this idea for a universe where fan fiction comes to life, and that's where all the fangirls live. And they wrote their fan fictions, and the characters lived in that world, and they had to act it out, or they would be punished and reset. And they're like they would have clones, that would be reset. And like the kingdom was divided into different. It was like an actual fandom kingdom, like, and it had like the different countries were the different genres. And then there was like not every fandom had its own genre. The fandoms grouped together in the genre that was most commonly associated with it at the time, which meant that the Avengers was mostly in the in the angst section. I think like most like Hitalia and all that otaku bullshit was in the crack section. You guys remember when we called it crack instead of humor? That was, uh, I didn't know the term wump back then, but man, I would have fucked that up. I don't know who the fuck you are. Anyways, yeah, it was a lot. I had an idea. Like, the main villain of the story would actually end up being someone who spent too much spent too much time in the Sherlock fandom and was driven insane and decided to start killing every character. And like the real heroes were the secret OCs that went rogue because they were supposed to like follow the orders of their creators, but they went rogue, and so their minds were wiped, except one rose above them all. His name was Rebel. He was a child of the Doctor. Oh, this is some good shit. Some good shit. I should probably not be looking through all my shit, but I'm gonna. Shopping list. Yeah, I was shopping earlier. Okay, so like this was something I was really into because I had an idea for a short story and it's just like a young woman who is an executioner for a small non-specific fantasy-ish medieval-ish universe. And she's set to kill oversee the execution of three uh homosexuals that had been captured the night before, and it's just about her like like her realizing I've got to stand up for this because I can't do this anymore. Like how can I uh separate myself from my own people or whatever. And then she like gets up and she's like, well, if it's a crime to love someone of the same sex, then you can kill me too, fam. And then like everyone's like, oh, well, that was unexpected. But then someone else in the crowd stands up and like, me too. And then like other people start saying, me too. Yeah, you'll have to kill me too. And everyone gets up and it's like the most empowering thing ever. And I think it ends with um uh and in that moment of silence before something else happened, it didn't matter what the verdict was because in that moment we were all immortal and it was really cool. But I'm not going to open it because I might use it for a short story contest and I don't want to like spoil. Torchwood. Oh yes, Loki and the terrible horrible no good very bad experience with bondage. So I was reading the Gospel of Loki, and my wump sensors went all the way out. Oh, Apollo cosplay, obviously. This is my unhealthy uh self-insert daydream with Fallout Boy that I started over a year ago when my parents were taking away my phone if I didn't get a job before my birthday. And so I imagined that I ran away and then somehow met an old witch living under an overpass I was going to throw myself off of. It gets real dark. And then she was like, I have this wishing stone for you. You look like you need it more than I do. There's only one wish left. And so I'm like, my only wish is to see Get Busy Living, Get Busy Die, and do your part to save the scene and stop going to shows live. And so I get transported back to 2005. And it's really sad. And it's really sad. And I like make friends and it's fun. And I decide to stay. And then slowly my memories of 2018 are completely erased. And I've always existed in 2005. And it's just happy. Anyways, this is all the books I own. It took me so many fucking hours to enter this. And I don't have everything. Does anybody know who wrote Jekyll and Hyde? Was that Robert Louis Stevenson? Hold on, let me write this down real quick. I just realized as I'm going through this. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde abridged. Yeah, because I also have the real version. So Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Uh, damn it, they should have been up there. Well, I'll fix it. Um, ha. Okay, yay. Yeah, I have a lot of fucking books. A lot of them are kids' books because I don't get rid of anything. But they're like really good. Listen, It Devours, the second Welcome to Night Vale novel is so fucking good. Like go read it. Literally, go read it. Like go fucking read it. Right now, drop what you're doing, go fucking read it. It's like, yeah. Anyway. I own every single book written by Rick Riordan, save I think there was one, like, I think the Guide to the 21st Gnome, which is like an additional bonus stuff for the Kane Chronicles. But I own every single book other than that. Like, all the way through. Like, seriously. I am going crazy waiting for the next Trials of Paula book. Anyways, I I think that's just a video. That's something I saved. That's oh god. There's a whole lot of stuff. Oh god. Damn, bitch, Jack, get a fucking therapist. Immortality is an excuse to commit the suicide. Yeah, that was after I finished Children of Earth, and I decided, yeah, that's something I'm not proud of. That's something I was really proud of and then realized it sucked. Clap, 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 clap. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you wanna follow me on Tumblr, my username is, like, in my, um on my, like, YouTube page, like, check it out because I have an ongoing idea for a Friends remake now with 100% more gay, and it's just really great. Like, you should check it out. Like, you should check it out. Aw, when I just wrote down the lyrics to Dovahkiin, I, memorized it back even before I was a fan. Oh god. Oh, yeah. Yeah, some AUs I have, that are AUs of stuff. That's another, disappointment. My fic that I never finished, even though I was really excited about it. This is sad. Yeah. Oh boy. So, oh, that was real bad. Okay. Is this where I just copy and pasted the lyrics and translations to anime themes? Yup, it is! たとえ終わることのない悲しみがなくばっても離れてゆく心のどこにはないと言って、たたたた Oh, such a good anime. I don't remember the last half of Death Note. I just don't. I don't. I think it's because I rewatched the first half so many times because I couldn't remember what happened, and I wouldn't finish it. Anyways. どうしてis no, it's the yeah. Alumina is that 投げれる時の仲間叩く切なでききらめきを yeah. Dreamer. Oh, here it is. Luke was my link. It was bad. It was real bad. I didn't even bother changing Fire Temple, Shadow Temple. I didn't even try. Rick, Rick, Morty cried because you know you can write angst for this series, but for what it's worth, it is a comedy show and they deserve better. Wow. Never opening that again. Okay. The black moment. That's like right before the climax or whatever. Yeah. A new adventure novel. Like, great idea, but oh my god. Thanks for the memories. AKA, I think my mental health is more important than school right now. Oh my god, I remember this. Okay, so I was freaking out and writing down my thoughts because I didn't have a diary and I had a laptop at the time. The problem is my parents knew the password to my email and read it and then took me to a therapist, which is good they took me to a therapist, but they took me to a Christian therapist and they're like, "Oh my god, you're depressed. It's something that's wrong with you." Instead of, I don't know, something that you might have helped influence. I don't. Anyways, they betrayed my trust, is what I'm trying to say. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Stop sharing things with me. Jesus Christ. Like that. You see nothing. I didn't steal that. Anyways, I mean, like, I've been on here a really long time, and I should get off. Um, so I am here. Hey, the sun's been going down. Anyways, uh, I really should look through my old fanfiction.net actually. Like, that would be interesting to see, right? Like, we could look into that really creepy one where I like was trying to make this character because I was in love with Severus Snape at the time, and I thought, "Oh, yeah, I'll make a character based on myself," and then they fall in love, not realizing that that's, like, actual pedophilia, and, like, ew, and, like, I never finished it. I never even got to that point, but, like, the hints were there, and no one read it. I was the only person who reviewed it. I was that bitch. I reviewed my own fan fiction. Every single chapter. Anyways, yeah. So, if you're wondering, those are the boys. Say hello, boys. I got this shirt. Look, look, look. It's Teen Titans Go and Fall Out Boy. Like, it was at Hot Topic for $7 on the clearance rack. And I'm like, yes. The problem is, whenever I when I laugh, I sometimes look down. And so, uh, Joe just gets a face full of my nose exhale. So that's great. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with this. I should go through my fanfiction.net account. My really old one from when I was like 12. I say 12, but it was probably actually 14. I was just very emotionally stunted because I grew up so sheltered. Like I didn't even know that sex existed until I was 16. The same year I learned what gay was. Hey. Actually, I think I was 15 when I learned about that, but still, my parents didn't tell me. I used Google. I love growing up in a religious household. Anyways, I'm gonna stop broadcasting, I think. Yep. Okay. Well, cool.